Felton. Thank you for joining us today.
Hey y'all, what's going
Absolutely,
on?
absolutely. Well, I'm glad to get you here. Glad to kind of get the interview going and kind of introduce you to my platform. This
Excited
is
to be here.
Of course, excited to have you. So this is Felton Hunt, everybody. He is one of the founders of 86 and 90.
Yes, 86
So
and 90.
this dope new clothing line that's out. Definitely check it out.
Yes, check it out. 86and90.com.
And the Instagram
is the same. 86 and 90.
Okay.
86 and spelled out AND 90.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. So tell us a little about 86 and 90.
So 86 and 90 is a mashup of two different designers, collaborative effort to come together. My co-founder, Jessica Obaseki, it's basically the combination of both. You know, you're gonna get structure and edginess, and you're gonna get fluidity and like soft and feminine things. So you're gonna get a lot of, you know, mashups of prints, texture, stuff like that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So how did you come up with that name 86 and 90?
So Jessica and I were sitting down and again trying to, you know, be artistic and all of this other stuff, and it just wasn't working. And I remember asking her, I was like, what year were you born? And she was like 1990, and I was like, well, I was born in 86. And I was like, 86 and 90. And she looked at me and she was like,
that's dope.
yeah, that sound, you know, that sound
it
good.
is. It
and
sounds
it has a
very
ring.
high end,
Yeah.
and it has a meaning behind it.
Right. So, yeah. And once we got the logo, we knew it was like
it was your
perfect.
look.
Yeah, it was perfect. Yeah. So
describe the 86 and 90 girl. Who is she? Who gravitates towards this brand?
So the 86 and 90 girl thus far has been a woman. She's not afraid to buy things that aren't maybe that well known. You know, so she's not
a label chaser.
Yeah, she's not necessarily you know. So
the quality is evident, though.
Exactly,
the quality is evident. So it's definitely comparable with that of a Theory, that of Vince, that of a Derek Lamb, a Tim Crosby.
Yeah,
you know, it's definitely there.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying. It may not necessarily be a household name.
Right.
Know, and a lot of people buy certain things because certain brands have street cred, is what I like to call it.
Right, exactly.
You know, whether they're well known by the masses, whether they're, you know, worn by their favorite performer or put in a song. You know, those names are kind of at the forefront of your mind.
Right.
But there's so many luxury brands that are of quality that may not necessarily have that same presence.
Right.
You know?
And I think.
And typically because it's not swimming in print. You know,
exactly.
It's not logo
driven. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of Jessica and I's like biggest things. Like, although we of course want to grow and of course we want to be big, like we've always gravitated towards the brands who are almost like niche brands, and it's like if you know, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
shout out to Pusha T. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Right. So it's kind of like, you know, a lot of people know Gucci, but they don't know Dries Van Noten. But it's
very, you know.
Right, but you know,
if you know Dries, same prestige.
You know Dries. Exactly. So we've always wanted that a little bit of kind of like a little bit of mystery still to you. You know
because
what I mean?
certain people buy those brands purposefully. You know, for the fact that I prefer to wear the luxury that you don't know about.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
So
and you know, it can kind of be a little bit more a kept secret. You know, a little bit.
So, what brand speaks to you the most? Aside from 86 and 90.
Right. Because that's what I was going to say.
Obviously.
That is such a tough, because I find I connect with so many different brands on so many different levels for different reasons.
So tell us about some of
those. So Dries Van Noten, for example, he reintroduced me to the love of like juxtaposition and like mixing of like prints and colors, because I can be like a very, you know, plain Joe as well. Like I do a lot of solids, but I love the visual way he thinks of putting prints together. It's something that inspires me to play with more colors and kind of, because color can be risky.
Yeah.
And that's why, and for a designer, that's why sometimes people do play it safe, because it's like, it's easier to sell it if it's just done in black, because everybody can wear black. You know what I mean? But when it's, you know, fuchsia and lime green and and it's done a certain way, it kind of limits itself to an extent to how many people who would attract.
It's more selective,
right? And so I would say Dries for that reason. Yves Saint Laurent. I've always loved Yves Saint Laurent.
Timeless.
That was my that was my very first.
It's classic.
Yeah.
You know, it's not something that's super trendy.
Right.
You know, it's not something that's chasing a fad.
Right.
I think you can kind of always.
Yeah, you can go, you can always go to Saint Laurent, and even with the whole revamp of the brand now and it being a lot more like rock and roll, and of course a lot of brands across the board are making a lot more ready to wear because they see that's where the money is. It's not as much couture or like dressy clothes as it used to be.
Right,
but,
right.
He still is like cutting edge in design and, you know, like fabrics. So yeah, I would say Saint Laurent. And one women's wear brand that I'm obsessed with and I always will be obsessed with, Tibby. I freaking love Tibby. Always have.
I remember the day I fell in love with Tibby.
Remember
when they used to do the skirts? Those big fulls, like the 1950s housewife skirts is what I used to call them. I hate that they don't do that anymore. But I still love the direction they've gone in, but I really miss that component, those skirts. I'm
obsessed with Tibby. That's the only brand I feel like if I ever could get a job and like work for somebody, I would love to be on her design team. Like, just the way Amy looks at stuff is just so. Like she really is me. Like I think so. I've seen so many things from, you know, that brand, and I've been like, I've literally sketched this in my sketchbook years ago or something like that. And like I get her woman like that. So those
she knows how to play with classics. That's the thing.
Yeah,
and she'll give you a really like. I don't want to say. I mean, she'll give you, it's a classic, but it's always something, you know, updated, something real trendy, something not so common about it, you know, and and Tibby does that very well. I agree.
What I like to call it is not trendy, but on trend.
Okay. So what is your favorite era in fashion?
I would have to say is probably the 70s. Super deep plunging necklines, you know, that was Studio 54 and everybody was doing drugs and, you know, just
doing what they want to do.
Doing what they want to do.
Uninhibited life.
And the fashion, you know, expressed that too, you know, like a lot of things, you know, so if you think of like Donna Summer, like, and her plunging wide, huge hair and plunging, deep, you know, jumpsuits, and like wide leg pantsuits, you know, that's some of, you know, Saint Laurent's biggest moments.
That's
you
true.
Know,
in the 70s.
So I would have to say 70s era was like.
Okay, so who is your fashion muse? Who in the industry famous today? Your, you know, fashion muse.
I have more than one. And I'm going to dress these women before I die. Mark my words.
Okay.
One. Tracy Ellis Ross.
Oh, this is Tracy. You on a roll, girl.
2. Solange.
Solo.
3. Issa Rae.
Oh.
And 4. Sade.
Wow.
Yeah.
I could see it.
Yeah.
I could see it.
I need.
So if you had to narrow those 4 down, if you could only pick one, only pick one.
It would be Tracy. Tracy Ellis Ross. Tracy Ellis Ross. Tracy Ellis Ross.
So what's in the future for Felton in 86 and 90?
The future is bright. So a lot of new looks and silhouettes are coming. Everything is in the future for us. Like really climbing, you know, the highest of heights, like for real.
Okay,
that's
perfect.
Some big things.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are looking forward to it. Stay tuned. Let me see. Let's show these other 2 pieces. The one we that we didn't get to see. So is this a shirt dress?
Yeah.
Perfect.
With the Open sleeves. And the pearl buttons down the front with the belt. And
yeah, I love the buttons. It's a nice detail.
Yeah.
This skirt is super cute.
Yeah. And so, of course, it's the
Fun
same
and
fabric,
flirty.
but we didn't want to, of course, keep it all white or all navy. So we wanted to kind of play with like the contrasts.
And it's slimming. Anytime you do these panels on the side, it always kind of creates a slimmer effect.
Right.
Because your eyes zone in on the middle pattern.
Yeah, and one of the things that we're really big on as a brand, we like to do
yeah, this is beautiful. Nice and heavy.
Lines.
It's a garment.
Yeah. We like to do vertical lines to elongate the woman's body.
Exactly. So play with those optical illusions.
Yeah, so we definitely like to do that. That's really
perfect.
Yeah.
Well, all right, Felton, I'm glad you could stop by.
Well, thank you for having me.
Perfect. You're welcome. All right, everybody, be blessed.
All right, be blessed.
Like, subscribe, share, follow.